Hi. So you have two things that you have to do today for those of you that were absent or that are quarantined. So the first thing that you want to do is the attached station notes. If you don't have a printer at home, all you need is a lined sheet of paper. You can write station 1, number 1, your answer to it. So you can do this even if you don't have a printer at home, but feel free to print it off if you do. So the stations are provided first. They go in order. And then you have the questions. So we're starting our unit on DNA, which is chapter 13. And so the purpose of today is understanding what DNA is and the structure of DNA. So these notes are going to give you kind of the gist of that. And then after that, we have a modeling lab that we're doing. Now, to save you time, since you're at home, if you don't want to cut out pieces of paper for this lab like I'm making everybody else do in class, that's perfectly fine. So you're more than welcome to instead draw out the shapes instead of cutting them out and gluing them down and putting them together that way. So we're going to, for this model, make a DNA molecule. So first page of the modeling lab, same thing. If you don't have a printer at home, just write it on a lined sheet of paper. You can read the paper, but put your answers on a lined sheet of paper. So on the modeling lab, there's a little bit of reading, some questions that go after the reading, some more reading, questions that go after. You'll be expected to be using this too at some point throughout the modeling lab. But after that, we're going to get to the activity. So I'm having everybody cut these shapes out on different colored pieces of paper. If you want to draw them, you're more than welcome to. But the circle here, so DNA is a nucleic acid made up of a bunch of nucleotides. And so we remember from our chemistry unit, a nucleotide has a phosphate group, a 5-carbon sugar, and then a nitrogen base. So these circles are representing your phosphate groups, your sugars, and then we have these funky little shapes here. These are 4 possible nitrogen bases that can be found in a nucleotide that makes up a DNA molecule. You're going to use the base pairing rules to make your DNA molecule. First, we have a backbone that will be made. So if you want to cut out your pieces and glue them on a sheet of paper, that's fine. But if you wanted to draw it out like I did for the example for your class, then you're more than welcome to do that. But we're going to make a 5-phosphate and 5-sugar backbone for our DNA strand. And then I'm going to add certain nitrogen bases. Same thing. You can draw them out, or if you're cutting them out, then you'll glue down those nitrogen bases that you cut down. We'll use the base pairing rules. So A always pairs with T, so adenine always pairs with thymine. C pairs with G, so guanine always pairs with cytosine. So use those base pairing rules to match up then the other nucleotides that you either drew out, or I guess you would be drawing now, or that you cut out if you wanted to have an actual model here at home. And then afterwards, just some questions for thought that, again, if you need any help, you can use your station notes. I'm an email away, so if you have any questions with today, feel free to shoot me an email. Also, if you missed exams and you didn't have an email from me, you should have had one, so look for it. But feel free to send me an email too on a day and time that you would like to make up your exam that works for your schedule. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you soon.